Well, that's supposed to be the Duncan killing here.
Indeed.
Well, the funny thing is there's no way for Shakespeare to be in this particular room. So since the description of the room is so accurate, there's a lot of people who think that he must know how was the place through description of the people.
Absolutely. That is entirely fictitious. Shakespeare really, in some senses, blackened Macbeth's name and character because he was actually rather a gentle and good king. So there's some senses of this being swiped from history.
Yeah, well, there's something, there's something dark about this particular place, no? You can feel kind of a dark energy in this
Do you
place.
think that's the risk of association? Do you
Well,
think that's...
maybe, who knows, with the bird.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows.
Shakespeare retrospectively acting on us with the bear. There's certainly an ominous feeling in the architecture itself, which is very much indicative of the era. It's quite claustrophobic.
Yeah. What is this place? And what is this thing?
This strange object we found in the crypt or the servants' quarters. Well, this looks to me like a scold's bridle. It was something used to tame quarrelsome women.
Witches, maybe.
Perhaps. I mean, the term witch, as we know, is so contentious. But certainly Shakespeare's treatment of the witch.
Yeah,
Macbeth,
well, in this particular play,
yeah.
the witch are like a main character because it's in the very beginning this notion of the prophecy, "Hail, Macbeth, thou shalt be king." This is the very. This is how life works actually for all of us. No, we've been naming is giving destiny, giving a faith, no?
Yes, and I think within Scottish cultural consciousness, this is really strong because we have so many references to Andas Shelach, or the second sight, you know, the idea of premonition. If you do see something, if you visualize it with your third eye, then it comes to pass. And interestingly, I think in the play, the witches aren't actually ever referenced as witches, they're referenced as weird women, which brings them two shades closer maybe to Lady Macbeth, you know, with her inciting Macbeth to such great levels of violence and bloodshed. You know, there's a little bit of a strange relationship, I think, going on between Lady Macbeth and the three foreseeing witch women, you know.
It looks like there's some stories that couldn't ever happen in a dry place or in a wet place, you know? Like, for example, I've been, even the violence, for example, you think of a subject, would be so different in a humid place than in a dry place.
Yes.
I feel that because of my wife, she's from Argentina. She was born almost in the middle of the jungle, beside the Paraná River. And it shocks me a lot how different the notion of violence is in a place like that.
Yes.
And how they relate with the natural violence of nature, no? And how this kind of violence is natural for them, for example. So how would you say this kind of landscape affected to your writing?
Well, I was just thinking a little bit also then there about what you were saying about violence and about, just going back to Macbeth again, you know, the idea of coldness, cutting through coldness, whether that makes you make sharper decisions more quickly because of the cold, or whether that gives you this kind of period of latent, not freezing maybe, but, you know, a pause, whether heat would affect that or not. Oh, it's a very interesting question you're asking about violence in writing. I don't know, even sometimes the act of writing is a violence, you know, it's a violence against all sorts of other degrees of possibility, right, you know.
Why don't you read something of your work? It was the perfect location.
Yeah, because we're here right by this really astonishingly beautiful river, having been in the middle of a house, which in a lot of Scottish literature I don't know about Spanish literature, maybe this is true or not, but there's a particular writer, George MacDonald, who would bring the river into the house, for example. A kind of very early Victorian magic realism, perhaps, but fantasy, really.
Oh, interesting.
So we've sort of done it the other way around. We've taken the motif of the house with us out into the garden by the river. The tide mark of the dream's secret is its own illusion. And the visitation is moving. Her death wish flickers, beached, where Tutankhamun steeps. And drunk on halo water, a welt of angels rises rash red on my vision to inform me of my mistake, and they sing. But it's more a kind of coagulation, a rising note of perished firing, a fire tone of back tense, pearlescent cindery bead, an own voice for stoning angels, for I am half mad with angels, and would siphon halo water from my own eyes to desiccate their current sight, that now runs wild, turns to fissure, seeded long by white grasses, parched by flickering, long white grasses, and I am down on my knees, O Nile.